This makes Denver unstoppable. After the change in head coach to David Adelman last season, he has truly proved his worth as the Nuggets have improved to 6-0 at home so far this season. They are undefeated at home. This is Amy Sutherland for Nuggets Digest. If you have not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all things Denver Nuggets and hear my takes on what's going on in the Nuggets Nation. So hit the subscribe button down below, join our Nuggets Digest community. Like I said, the Nuggets are now 6-0 at home. They're 7-2 on the season. And the two games that they lost came down to overtime versus the Warriors and a tough last few minutes versus the Blazers. So they should truly be 9-0 for the season. And a lot of that has come from David Adelman, the change to head coach of David Adelman. In my opinion, David Adelman has brought a lot more maturity to what the Denver Nuggets look like on the floor. There is much more precision to what they're doing, especially on the offensive end. A lot of precision, a lot of communication between what's going on. Nikola Jokić is not asked to shoulder the whole entire game, every single game. He is given a lot more opportunities to create and to pass to other players on his team. So I'm loving what David Adelman has done on the offensive end. His defense, and all of the other defensive strategy coaches is yet to be proved. They are 4th in defensive rating right now, so I can't hate on it too much. Just a lot to still be proved as the season continues. Can they keep this up? I know they can keep the offense up because they have for 4 seasons in a row, so I'm not stressed about the offense. I'm more worried about what's happening on the defensive end. But this last game versus the Pacers came on the Denver Nuggets' first back-to-back. Jamal Murray sat out. Aaron Gordon sat out. Both of those injuries are not serious injuries. One, Jamal's was his calf, and AG's was his hamstring, and it was mostly just rest and management. David Adelman, before the game, just said wanted to make sure that they kept track of those, didn't push anything too much, especially on the second night of a back-to-back. So, the Nuggets beat the Pacers 117-100. It was a pretty easy win. There was never really in doubt if the Denver Nuggets were going to win. And let me tell you Nikola Jokic's stat line. Let me just show you his stat line. Let's look at this, everyone. 32 points, 14 rebounds, and 14 assists. He did have 8 turnovers, which is not the best sign for Nikola Jokić, or is it a good sign? He has been trying different things this season, trying new looks. And so having 8 turnovers, those are definitely not going to happen every single game. So in the games when he feels like he has the opportunity to try new things out, I say go for it. So here he goes. That is an incredible stat line, a Jokic-worthy stat line. And I say this every video, but I can't believe him. But let's move on to a few other things. Because Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon sat out, Jalen Pickett and Peyton Watson got to be the starters, and they were both positives, or they were not both positives. P-Watt was a +1, and Jalen Pickett was a -13. A little rough for his first start of this NBA season, but not bad. He helped the offense get running and the offense keep going, so not too horrible there. Spencer Jones and Peyton Watson played amazing defense versus Pascal Siakam, kept him to only 14 points on the night, which is a great sign to have 2 players like that can stop a player like Pascal Siakam. In the finals last year, he was a reason why the Pacers even made it to the finals. So a great sign that P-Watt and Spencer Jones could tag team that and get a lot of stops. Strawther is another notable player from the Pacers game. Let's check out his stat line. He had 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. If Strawther could come in and do that, he will get consistent and constant minutes. His minutes so far this season have been pretty few and far between. In the game versus the Pacers, he did get 22 minutes. So a great sign that when there are opportunities for him to get those minutes, David Adelman is not afraid of giving him the minutes that he needs. I have been impressed, and I've mentioned this before, that the Nuggets are scoring most of their points in the paint. Let me show you their points in the paint. Here it is. They scored 72 points in the paint versus the Pacers 42 points in the paint. That's a 30-point difference in a game that the Nuggets only won by 17. They are winning their games in the paint. A lot of this happens because Nikola Jokić, but also because of the passes that he is able to get from the top down or from the top to the short corner. After this game and before previous games, David Adelman was asked about having Nikola Jokić in the post up, and this is what he said. He said, if we can get through games without having to post him up 25 times, I think that's beneficial for us and his body. But if the game demands it, he will, and I think he'll score just like he needs to. But I'm staying in the split games and elbow games. It can get redundant, but I think it keeps everyone involved. And he keeps everybody involved anyway because he'll get doubled in the post or whatever it is. But we're trying to play that team game as much as we can. So this is what David Adelman is pursuing. He is in pursuit of a true team game, a true team that can surround Nikola Jokić, that Nikola Jokić doesn't have to be in the post 100% of the time, even 90% of the time. A lot of his game has come out further, and he is able to be a facilitator more than a scorer in the post. Nikola Jokić was asked about this, and he said, here it is. Maybe I didn't pull up the quote. But anyway, Nikola Jokić was asked about this, and he just said that he thinks his game really emphasizes the low post. That's his favorite place to be, but he understands that stepping out is also beneficial, and he enjoys being the facilitator. So he recognizes this change from David Adelman and is excited and willing to pursue it. He also said, this is the quote that I pulled up, was that his new thing this year is he's not going to get stressed at the officials. He's not going to yell. I'm not going to yell at the refs. I'm just going to try to comport my energy to basketball plays. And this has been evident as Nikola Jokić has been on the court. He has focused a lot less on the refs and yelling at them and screaming at them, and more on how he can move on to the next play. And I, as a fan watching this, have been I've really admired this about him and wanted to pursue that in my own life as a human being, to take what he's showing me on the court, to stop focusing on things that I can't control and to focus more on the things that I can control. Nikola Jokić is always out here teaching me life lessons. I swear I learned a lot from him. So David Adelman and all of these changes that he's making to move Nikola Jokić out from the post to try different rotations. We even saw a Jonas Valanciunas and Nikola Jokić on the floor at the same time in the Pacers game. So he's trying all of these rotations, and he is making a huge difference in what the Nuggets are able to do. 6-0 at home, 7-2 on the season. This is a great record to start the season, and a record that is going to lead the Denver Nuggets far into the postseason. Let me know what your thoughts are so far about David Adelman in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Go Nuggets!